You are wasting hours every single day, and I'm going to fix it now. First, the basic concept. You need to allocate hours to tasks, and there's mainly two kinds of tasks: deep work and shallow work. Deep work consists of professional activities performed in a state of distraction-free concentration which push your cognitive capacities to their limits. These efforts create new value, improve your skills, and are hard to replicate. What are shallow tasks? Shallow tasks are non-cognitively demanding, logistical style tasks performed often while distracted. These efforts don't create that much value in the world and are very easy to replicate. Just the direct opposite of deep work. So what's the point of difference here? Deep work creates value and cannot be replicated, whereas shallow work don't create much value and can be replicated very easily. So for example, shallow tasks for me would be checking YouTube analytics or replying to comments, whereas deep tasks for me would be recording the video, making the scripts, etc. Deep tasks are central tasks and they are non-negotiable and they have to be done. I can't be a YouTuber without recording videos. Now that you understand the concept, let's go through the framework. So step 1, dividing tasks. Make a long list of all the tasks that you have in your average day. Okay, so basically for me it would be, when it comes to YouTube, it's going to be recording, scripting, setting up the lights, editing, so many different tasks. Okay, so make a long list of the things that you need to do, and it could be assignments, it could be regular stuff, anything that you need to do, and your job will be to separate them into deep work and shallow work. Deep work, I'll give you a hint, most deep works will usually involve in the creation of something. So in my deep work, I'm creating a video. In my deep work, I'm recording a voiceover, an audio to get it out on YouTube. In my shallow work, I'm not necessarily creating anything new. I could be checking analytics. It doesn't directly result in the creation of something else. This is a quote which I really like. Think in terms of hours, not days, and you will realize how much time you actually have. Next, you have to allocate these tasks into each hour of the day. So let's get into step 2, paperwork. Nothing complex. Take a piece of paper and point by point on the left margin, write the hours of the day, starting from 12 midnight basically and ending at midnight again. So it's like a full circle, full 24 hours. And it should be like 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, just like that, till you reach 11 to 12 p.m. And once you make this long list of things, there should be a space on the right side where you can write down the tasks. Step 3 would be allocate deep work. So first we will allocate the deep work that we need to do. We are doing this because it's the most important bit to be done. Have at least 4 hours of continuous deep work for 1 to 3 times per day. So for example, in the morning you do 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay, that's 4 hours. And then that's one full deep work block. A block is basically a group of hours taken together when you are doing the same task. And then you could have a second one from, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. A very productive person will actually have 3 blocks, and so they will work all day. Now understand, you can have 5 to 10 minutes worth of preparation time for the deep work. So for example, you're sitting at the desk to study, so you will want to keep your water bottle filled so that you don't have to get up to drink water. You need to get the books and copies in place so that you can study. These preparation things are just to optimize the deep work, so don't focus on them too much. They are not the goal. Remember always, it's the work, the deep work that you're doing, that's the goal. A lot of people get caught up in this preparation stage where they like shout affirmations in front of the mirror. You get the idea. Be very careful when you make plans for this preparation stage, because most probably you will get caught up in this fancy idea of doing like 50 different things which will optimize your work. You know, when I started getting into self-improvement, I would have difficulty in focusing to study. Like most people do. And so I found out in a random podcast that if you do heavy workout and right after that if you study, then your focus will get better. I don't know which podcast or who said it basically, but I found it. And in my study plan, I literally started adding workouts 3 or 4 times per day, and so I ended up working out and not studying, and this basically ruined my performance at school. Understand that there should be absolutely no distraction which can ruin your concentration on the deep work. Tell your family beforehand that you are going to study from this to this hours. Not just study, it could be any work, because if your family ends up interrupting you in the middle of a deep work and your concentration is broken and you're angry, understand that it's not really their fault because they did not know. You need to tell them and they will understand. Here's a quick tip. Black coffee helps a lot in focus, but a lot of people sip it down. What I personally did was I will make 1 full cup of black coffee, very strong, and I would gulp down half of the black coffee just in one go right before starting the work, and I would keep half the cup for later in the middle of the deep work block when I would feel a little bit tired or a little bit out of focus. Step 4. Allocate basic necessities. Now there's 3 types of tasks that you need to basically do throughout the day: deep work, shallow work, and basic necessities. What are basic necessities? Basic necessities are basically eat, sleep, and shower, and basically the things that you need at the very baseline of survival. You can't survive without eating. You can't live a good life without showering. One tip that I would like to give you is add some self-improvement activities in this. So basically the 2 activities which you need is basically working out and meditation, just to keep your body and mind sane. Don't focus on this bit too much. You already know the things that are essential, and so don't try to add more things to it. Eat, sleep, shower, I think that would be it. Like workouts and meditation. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't stand on one leg, shout affirmations in front of the mirror. Don't do like a mock tape little face care routine. Don't do these weird things. Just keep it basic, keep it clean. Step 5. Allocate shallow tasks. And this is the time when a lot of people basically mess this step up because they try to add more and more things. Throughout this video, the theme has been remove more things, eliminate things, okay? And understand that elimination is the best way to guarantee productivity. What do you do about these shallow tasks? There's 2 types of shallow tasks according to me, which are habit-based and outcome-based. What are habit-based shallow tasks? You are doing it just out of habit and there's no real benefit to doing it. You're just doing it out of compulsion, out of habit, and you don't have a goal in mind. You're just doing it because you have to do it. So for example, checking YouTube analytics every single day, multiple times throughout the day, just because why not? And the second type of shallow task is outcome-based shallow tasks. And what are these? These things are based on some certain outcome. So for example, if I am editing a video and then I'm like, okay, wait, where should I put this exact bit of text? Okay, and so I go to YouTube analytics, look at the top performing videos, look at where the text was placed in those videos, and then use that same thing here. So in this case, understand, I'm doing the same task of checking analytics, but this time I'm doing it for a specified purpose, not just out of habit. This bit could also include some tasks which your mom has given you, or your parents have given you, the teachers have given you. There could be so many different tasks which could help others as well, and so don't forget to incorporate them in this outcome-based shallow task bit. Remove all habit-based shallow tasks. You're not allowed to keep even one habit-based shallow tasks, because what I have personally noticed with my work life, absolutely 0 habit-based shallow tasks actually help you. Checking analytics every single day, removing certain thumbnails and adding new thumbnails, replying to comments, so many different things are there to be done. They will make you feel busy. You will feel a lot more accomplished because you are actually productive and you are getting some work done, but it doesn't really work that way. You need to focus on the deep tasks, because these shallow tasks will make you look busy, but you will not get anything done. And so basically remove all habit-based shallow tasks, and what remains is outcome-based shallow tasks. And let me tell you, you will have to remove most of the shallow tasks from this area as well. Even with outcomes, most of the shallow tasks themselves, by their nature of shallow tasks, they are useless. Because editing that same video and trying to figure out at what points should I place this exact text, if I don't check the analytics and try to use my creative liberty, I would be able to create something new and unique and probably better than the initial top performing video. And so remove as many shallow tasks as possible. 90% of the shallow tasks should basically be gone, and make sure not to be too harsh on other people. And so if there's some tasks which help other people, help your parents, help your mom, help your teachers, whatever, keep them, but at the same time don't trade them for your sanity. So if these tasks are being too intrusive on your deep work, don't sacrifice your deep work. Talk it out with these people and tell them that, okay, I'm doing this work and this is not really my priority right now. Is it okay if I do it next day? Because next day you will have some more extra time. And so until and unless you actually start doing this, you will never be able to figure this out. And personally for me, when I started doing this hour by hour block division, this made me so much more focused, so much more determined at the task that actually mattered. I think it will work for so many people. And I think it will actually work for everyone, because if it works for me, it could work for you. And as I said earlier, this is where rationality comes in. This is where you need to look at the situation in the cold light of the day. You need to look at this with pure cold logic and not involve your feelings, your emotions, your nuances, your beliefs, whatever. None of it matters. All that matters is the task at hand. And is it useful? Is it not useful? One interesting metric would be, don't spend more than half to 1 hour per shallow task. So for example, you have like 5 shallow tasks planned within one block. Each shallow task shouldn't take more than half an hour. Now, here comes step 6, conclusion. By this time, you should have all 24 hours filled. So with deep work blocks, you filled the necessary hours with deep work. With essentials, you filled required hours with essentials. And whatever remaining hours you had, you have given them to shallow tasks. Now personally, what I do is, whenever I see like 4 or 5 hours or 3 hours, basically consecutive hours of the same task happening, I just mark all those hours with a same color of highlighter. This way I understand, okay, so there's 3 hours of work that I need to do instantly. I don't need to check and go through line by line. These color codings help me and could help you. Make this plan every night before you sleep for the next day, and you can make it for the whole week as well. But let me tell you, the longer the time frame that you're making this plan for, the more life will seem to get in your way and will create problems and try to make you not do this work. Basically, you will think that the world is against you, but really it's just unpredictable circumstances which limit you from having a week completely as per plan. And so basically what I personally do is do it for the next day and not worry about the week. Making this plan should not take more than 10 minutes, and remember to use cold logic. Don't use emotionality, don't use whatever you think, because none of it matters. What matters is your productivity, and you should look at it in the cold light of day. Is it useful? Is it not useful? What is deep work? What is shallow work? How will I label what work based on what into deep, shallow or essential tasks? It's all up to you. I have given you a bunch of suggestions. I hope this will help.